All right, guys, so we're going to be playing a little bit of Gigantic today. My name is Justin. I'm joined by Erick Esports Tay, and we've got the developers here with us. They're going to be playing Gigantic. It's still in closed beta. It's not open to everybody, but the NDA has lifted, so we're able to start talking about it, able to start showing it off, and they really want to get the word out about, what people think about it. It's been closed off for so long. And you've played through a little bit of it to start off, haven't you, Tay?
Yeah, I played a little bit, not as much as hopefully some of the guys that we're on the Skype call with. But
probably true.
Be a lot more experience than this.
Yes, but
I played at least 3 games.
Slightly worried.
Minimum of
I'm
3.
Gonna get Josh in here in a second.
I think I might have 4.
Because I can no longer hear ourselves, which is not a good sign. But hold on, guys.
Which might mean that chat can't hear us either.
Yeah.
I hear you guys, but I guess it's Skype. I hear you on Skype, so. At least we're not lonely.
This is going swimmingly.
So it's a good way to start off by making sure things don't work.
I guess so, because
That's kind of the early beta thing. You just make sure the people who are really interested stick
There's
around.
so many buttons here. It's like being in a space shuttle. I don't know what's happening. Don't ask me.
Yeah, I turned it down already.
I can hear us.
Nope, can't hear it. How about now? Can you hear us now?
Yes.
Yeah?
I can hear us.
Okay, finally. I guess we just had to turn it up. All right. Here, you know what? We'll just do this again, because it's the internet, right? We can totally do this. We're just going to do this again.
None of that happened.
It's like...
Do over.
Yeah, exactly. See, even the devs know. See? All right. Justin, why don't you... Let's try this again. Clean slate.
Never even happened. I don't know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Hey guys, I'm Justin here, joined by Erick Esports Tay, and we're going to be playing a little bit of Gigantic. Now, Gigantic isn't a brand new game. Of course, it's been out there for a little bit in alpha and beta stages, but the NDA has finally lifted on the beta that we have out there. It doesn't mean it's open to everybody, although after this, we're going to be sending out some code so you'll be able to try it out and to play for yourself. But we're going to be playing a little bit with Erick over here, who knows the game very well, and because we are not actually esports, we brought some developers with us, Joe Pickup and James Finney. If you guys could introduce yourselves really quick.
Sure, yeah. Hey, man, I'm Joe Pickup. I'm the character lead on the game.
Yeah, I'm James Finney, head up the dev team.
Cool. And so today is the first day that it's kind of come out of NDA. You guys have been working on it for a while, though, and it's been in a closed beta for quite a bit.
Yeah, so it's really exciting to get to the point where you feel like we can let people just stream, talk about it, tell everybody about the experiences they're having, good and bad, hopefully mostly good.
In a nutshell, I think we know what Gigantic is, but in a nutshell, if you were just going to condense it down, what is Gigantic? It looks like a shooter. It looks like maybe a mix of, like, if you hear about Heroes, you might think it's a MOBA. If you just look at it, you might think that it's just an Overwatch or Team Fortress 2 type shooter. But what is this game?
So it's a really fast-paced, team-based, competitive game. It's has really strong roots in action gaming, definitely strong shooter influence, and takes a few things from MOBAs as well. So what we like to think of, when we talked about starting this project, was wanted to make something that people be not have any trouble kind of relating to, just jumping in and find it easy to control the characters and get in and enjoy the action. But make something that was entirely unique. You're not going to make a classic by just copying what's out there. So we think Gigantic's something new.
And we'll get a chance, hopefully, to see a little bit of that newness in action. So what is it that we're able to experience now? What is the closed beta encompassing?
Yeah, so closed beta has... sorry, chatter going on behind me. About 16 heroes in it and 2 guardians. So one of the things that's unique about the game is you're playing 5-on-5 PvP, and you're on a team, and you have heroes that you pick at the beginning that you're locked in for the whole match playing that hero, and then as you go you upgrade. But one of the really different things about the experience is there's a 6th member of your team, which is this gigantic creature called a guardian. Your goal is to kill the enemy team's guardian. They're trying to kill yours. And so Gigantic right now has 2 guardians. Leyrin, who's this giant bulldog of a griffin, using kind of holy magic and shooting beams out of her eyes. And then Gren, who's this giant dragony naga creature that's poisoning you, setting you on fire, and represents a little bit different feel.
Cool. Well, I don't think there's a better way to describe the game than actually watching it. Since we're in video, we might as well jump into a match. I think we're all teamed up already and good to go.
I re-invited you.
I joined you, I believe. I'm in the group. Just to preface, Justin says I'm amazing. I'm okay at this game. I'm basically the backpack today for the devs. They're gonna be carrying me. Their back's probably gonna hurt quite a bit, but I have faith in them and minor faith in my own ability to not screw things up. So, on that note,
Yeah, we're gonna see how this goes.
yeah,
You want me to pop the queue?
let's do it.
All right. Oh, gotta get that fortune card draw.
So, we haven't played together, and one of the things we try to do with Gigantic is make it so that people with different gaming backgrounds, different kind of playstyle choices, can get in and have a good time. And so a lot of different characters are designed for people who like different kind of games. So depending on whether you're more of a shooter guy or more action game, or whether you want something a little more cerebral that's still super fast-paced, that might determine what kind of character you want to play.
So what kind of character you tend to play as in these games, Tay?
For this, I started playing Beckett a little bit, and I enjoy it. It's kind of like that shooter element to it, so it kind of resonates, especially since that's kind of just what I've been playing more recently. So having a crosshair there and aiming with that, and just having the dual kind of like submachine gun pistol, and then a cannon and a grenade. That all feels pretty shootery right there.
Yeah,
So.
Beckett definitely. Our thought was we wanted. She's actually meant to be the character. If you come from a shooter background, that's like the easiest introduction to the game.
Yeah, it's a game that seems to borrow from both a lot of different art styles and a lot of different backgrounds. Where did you guys come up with a story for this, or is there an overarching lore around the game?
Yeah, there is. So, we're just going to see a little bit of it here because it's beta, and because the game is, purely PvP focused. But we'll be fighting either on the side of House Orion with their, Griffin, or on the side of House Devedra with their Naga. And so both sides are trying to take control over the area, sort of bind their guardian to it. And so we'll be taking on the roles of heroes that are escorting that guardian and helping it take over the territory.
Why do you want to take over the territory? Is there some overarching reason other than we're badasses who just take over things? And
Yeah, it's sort of a struggle for power within the Empire, and then in the long run, what we hope to do is let players form their own houses and join into that power struggle.
One thing that's really interesting about this game is that it does fully support crossplay. So over here at the GameSpot offices, we're playing on Xbox Ones, but you guys are on PC, right?
That's true.
What led to the decision to allow that cross-platform play? I mean, it's something that we ask for in so many games, but so few actually deliver it for us.
It was a question mark for us for a while. I mean, for one, we started out developing the game on PC, but it was clear from an early state that that this was a game because of the kind of action-oriented nature and simplicity of controls. Could work both on PC and on console. And so what we wanted us to, we even before we knew we were doing a console version, our lead gameplay engineer had set up controller support just because he'd been working on some console shooters recently and he thought that'd be pretty fun. And when we started talking to Microsoft about the possibility of bringing it to Xbox One, they're like, that would be great, but we've got this thing in the works yet that's not announced, where we're really trying to just break down all the barriers for gamers between playing on Windows and playing on Xbox One. And they and we both thought that Gigantic was the perfect game to take advantage of that.
And I think free to play also used to be something that was a very negative word, which I think people are slowly changing their mind about, because you can offer really good experiences that are free, but aren't necessarily the free-to-play that we used to think of. And Gigantic is a free-to-play experience, right?
Yeah, that's totally true. I think we're just starting to talk about how a lot of that stuff works, but obviously, you don't want the game to feel like it's